Good morning, everybody. This is the real Ron, and right now I am somewhere in the off the coast of Cuba, maybe. Nevertheless, while Blend and I are on vacation on a cruise, I want to continue to introduce and highlight this social media platform that we built for you. And when I say for you, our targeted customer for our product is mostly loan officers and mortgage professionals. And it's really the folks who are just amazing at what they do, and they're amazing in person, but they're invisible online. And so if you ever felt like you needed a brand, a voice, or just a consistent presence online, then you're exactly who we're thinking about. So even though I'm selling today, my avatar is still delivering content, and that's the point. You don't disappear just because you're busy. So with that, I turn it over to my avatar. Hi, everyone. It's Ron's avatar. Let's talk about something that's been showing up in the headlines a lot lately: the national debt and why it matters so much for housing. In a recent Inman article, Jeff Tucker pointed out what you and I have been saying for a while now. Yes, short term rates may come down a little bit. Yes, we may get a few Fed cuts that feel good in the moment, but the long end of the curve, the 10-year Treasury and beyond, isn't controlled by the Fed. It's driven by supply and demand. And right now, the U.S. government is issuing trillions of dollars in new debt. That extra supply pushes yields higher. Yale's Budget Lab estimates this will add 0.5% to the 10-year yield in the next couple of years, and more than a full percentage point in the long run. That means mortgage rates are under sustained upward pressure. So, what does this mean for us as mortgage professionals? It means we cannot give advice based on hope. Hoping for rates to fall back to 3 or 4% isn't a strategy. The reality is that today's 6 to 7% rates may be as good as it gets for years. And if that's the case, our responsibility is to help clients find affordability solutions in this environment, not wait for a world that may not come back. That means coaching clients on budgeting carefully, locking wisely when there's a small dip, and focusing on the long-term wealth-building power of real estate, no matter where rates sit. Thanks so much for listening today. I'd love to hear your feedback, not just on the message, but also on how my avatar did delivering it. If you're not already connected with me, make sure to follow along. I post every day across all channels, sharing data, charts, and insights on housing, economics, mortgage, and finance. I want this content to serve loan officers, real estate agents, and homeowners alike. And with that, let's turn it back over to the real Ron and the real Dave and learn more about little Nessie. Hi, everybody. This is the real Ron back. Hopefully, you like my avatar. And by the way, I'm with the real Dave. But give us feedback on how our avatar is doing. And as Dave mentioned, we are giving you a pretty basic view of our avatar product. We're going to talk about it in the upcoming days, but we definitely have a more a much more polished avatar that we'll be offering to our clients. But what we thought we'd talk about here, just really quickly following up that video, is I spoke at the introduction about how we want to represent the people that are invisible. And so, Dave, can you kind of speak to that, who our target client is, what we mean by being invisible online, and how we think we can amplify them?
Yeah. So right off the bat, our target clients are mortgage loan officers, mortgage sales professionals, mortgage executives, anyone that might be in the role of really having to have an online presence. So, especially if you're in kind of a head of sales recruiting type role or divisional leader, regional leader, that you have to be visible. That's really our target audience, but that's going to grow pretty quickly moving into other industries. But I just had a sales call the other day with someone considering using Little Nessie, and she knew that she needed to be more visible online, more specifically on social media. And the comment that I got from her that I've heard a million times is, I just hate the way I look and sound. But she really kind of forced herself to get over that. But then the other challenge is the time that it takes, not only just shooting it, but thinking about what to say. If she sends it out to have it edited or edits it herself, there's just so much involved in it to present yourself well, to where we feel like this product is going to take that burden off of loan officers, off of sales professionals, and especially for those people that are uncomfortable in front of the camera. They hate the way they look, they hate the way they didn't brush their hair that day. or something like that. So that's what we're doing.
Yeah, that's great. And one thing I just want to comment on, Little Nessie, Dave, when you created it a little over a year ago, one of the products that that company offers is managing people's brand and social media presence. And it's a very high touch thing where you have really top loan officers. When I say top, you have a handful of the top 50 loan officers in the United States. You have executives and you have some enterprise accounts where you handle people's online branding and their social media, but that's a super high touch product. And not everybody can afford that product. Not everybody's, top 50 loan officer. Not everybody's going to pay you, $1,000 a month or $2,000 a month or whatever it happens to be to manage them on social media. And so, what we're really trying to do is get that level of, branding, that high quality marketing, that high quality presence, all of that stuff that you give to your top clients. We're trying to make it available to everybody at an affordable price. And we're doing that through using massive amounts of technology. And then with you putting your DNA and fingerprints all over their branding, all over the marketing, with us adding some market knowledge, industry knowledge, strategies, so that they get a top tier product from the best of the best and they get to be themselves. Does that you agree with that comment, David?
Couldn't say it better myself. No, it's different. I'm actually going through a rebrand right now, or a brand refresh for a loan officer that has a team, and we're on about week number 5, 4 or 5 right now. Could it have been done quicker? Sure, but would we get the result that we're gonna get had we not taken our time and thought through it and thought through the strategy and so on? So there are two different things. You've got brand refreshes and big launches and that kind of thing. That's not what we're trying to solve here. We're trying to solve the visibility issue that we see with most loan officers. I've been in the industry now for 15 years, and that's the biggest challenge that most loan officers have, is just being visible on social media. Can be from a handful of reasons: time, desire, or know-how. And we're looking to take away all of those.
That's perfect. All right, everybody. Thanks so much. Make sure you follow us on socials, littlenessie.com. Stay tuned with us every day. We'll be back highlighting our product, telling you how we can serve you. And of course, Avatar Ron will be giving you more content, more valuable information. Thanks so much.
See ya.